An elven warrior trapped on modern-day Earth. Two friends with different destinies meet at a magical school. These are some of the stories we at Electric Lips Comics are working on. You can get your copies of both The Mana Chronicles and Tales of Itherel at elpmerch.com. Support independent creators. Explore the merch featuring exciting ELP Comics art with a wide range of designs. Electric Lips Comics. Imagination electrified.
Well, welcome Oil Runners. Welcome to the Oil Runners broadcast. This is Christinall.love, your host. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Patricia Summerland. She's a pretty cool chick, I'm just being real. But she actually has a bio that I'm going to be reading off of real quick. But first, we want to thank you for our sponsors, or to our sponsors, Electric Lips Comics and Michael W. Rogers Photography. Go wake them both up. Go on there. You just saw the one website. Go on that website. Go get their stuff. I mean, the product is great. I wear the boots all the time. I have yet to wear another pair of shoes. I'm just being real. I live in Alaska, so that is the warmest thing on my body. And I've been on the ocean, -degree weather, all that stuff. It's great. So the boots are really worth the money. At least I can say that on that end. But either way, Michael W. Rogers, you can find him at michaelwrogersphoto.com and go wake him up. We just did a video with him on his photography, actually, and you can pretty much get anything from him. He'll travel to you if you just give him a call and figure something out and do what you got to do. I mean, he's done my photos. Even though I'm a photographer, he does come to Alaska and we just hang out and do photography, but he also did my headshots and whatnots back in the day. And I absolutely loved it. He's very comfortable to work with, no matter what kind, boudoir, whatever it is, he'll help you feel comfortable in everything and just to bring out the essence of you. So if you need a headshot, he's the one to call. Either way, I'm going to read this out. Patricia Summerland is an actress, athlete, pro wrestler, and model for the last 40 years. Patricia is best known for her work on the popular TV series Glow Wrestling. Has been in the entertainment since the age of 5. Patricia began modeling at age 13 when she started in Catalina swimwear catalogs, as well as graced many runways for high fashion designers, including for I'm from Germany, so Jordache jeans when she was 16. So don't get me wrong. Don't get me on that one if I said it wrong. But Patricia was a track runner for 15 years since grade school, and she competed against the male world and excelled with many awards in relay and 100 to 500 yard dash. She went into acting, dancing, and singing. She then auditioned for Glow and went through rigorous training and made the cut and was on television from 1987 and 1989 as a pro wrestler known as Sunny, the California Girl. Patricia starred in Battling Beauties on the Strip in Las Vegas in 1989, where she sang along with wrestling. Patricia was featured in the NFL calendar in 1988 and photo shoot as a #1 poster girl for the tight end and many other posters. She has also been featured in various ESPN commercials, movies, and regularly sponsored commercials in the 1990s. Patricia sang in the national anthem for the San Diego Padres AAA team stars and opened pre-ceremonies for the Olympics and ran the Olympic torch in Los Angeles as Sunny, the California Girl. Well, that's pretty cool. Patricia has been featured in worldwide media such as Variety and Las Vegas Sun and many news articles. Patricia was featured as a first-time lead in feature film ever from Las Vegas, as well did the casting of many Playmates and posed in the 1999 Kiss issue of Playboy as Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley, and is featured in original Gene Simmons Kiss storybook. Patricia has also been featured on many radio shows worldwide and now has her own talk show radio segment on American Adversaries Talk Radio. Patricia's life and career will be documented in an upcoming movie and book. Patricia stays active with entertainment opportunities in TV, movies, and celebrating her experience on Glow, as well as charity events worldwide. I also have a bio comic book out by Squared Circle Comics as first female pro wrestler amongst the male legends in her business. She now has her own encyclopedia edition along with Rocky Johnson and Jack Hager bio stories. She currently is featured in book More Than a Wrestler. She's a colon cancer warrior and is an advocate for many. She's ready and willing to lend her caring heart for ADA, Heart Association, and Colon Cancer Coalition, Alzheimer's, and dementia advocacy. So right now we're going to bring uh, Trisha right in. Hello, welcome. I'm great. How are you?
I am
That was a lot of
Miss Santa.
nice. Yeah, I'm telling you, you should autograph that. I'm being real.
I think so. I think it's a good thing. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm scrunched here in the corner, too far back. My legs are too long. I'm like all up in this. A little bit. There we go. I don't know. I'm sinking in here. Okay. Well, that's not working. Let me get up this way. There we go. Okay. Now I'm comfortable. I like it just like that.
You sure?
I think this is going to work. Yep.
All right.
So pretty much sums it up. Yeah. So I'm an advocate for colon cancer, cervical as well, cervical cancer, because I was diagnosed with cervical, which I'm now clear, NED of cervical. Last year I had the surgery and they pulled out.
That's what's up.
Yeah. For moderate cells. I had no idea there either. Same thing with the colon cancer. Wow. Yeah. So I have my colon cancer scans on Christmas Eve coming up, by the way. So, they asked me to do this on Christmas Eve. I'm like, thanks. And they don't know that I'm in this business. And the nurse at this, she's like, do you want to do that? I go, well, yeah. Why wouldn't I? This is Jesus's birth. This is the best time to do this. I'm going to be around all the wonderful spirits. I have God over me. And I'm going, let's just do this. Let's get it over with. I told her, and she said, okay. And I'm like, the earlier, the better, please. So go in early because I know I'll get sick afterwards. But, and I'm not I don't like to throw up. I don't know about you, but I am not a candidate for throwing up ever. It's like one of those.
Wait, hold up. You're a nurse and you and throw up don't get along?
I can't. It hurts. It hurts here. It hurts. Yeah. For some reason, it just doesn't work with me. So thank God I don't drink to the point where I get sick, because I never have. I'm not a big drinker or anything, but yeah, it was horrid. Yeah, no.
Wow.
So I just saw teens afterwards, and I'm like, God, I don't want to throw up. So yeah, but anyway, back to the colon cancer. So I'm in a group called, first I'm a blue face, what we call blue face for Cancer Coalition. So that's everywhere on social media. You can find it. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'll answer them. I'll guide you in the right direction, because everybody has, doubts and fears, and they're embarrassed about getting a colonoscopy, or they have fear. They don't want to go into the hot. I don't want to get that. I don't want anything up my butt. Well, you know what? It saves your life. It's an easy thing. It isn't difficult at all. You're in and out just like that. You're put to sleep very quickly, and it's done, and that procedure can save your life. And trust me, colon cancer is no joke. And now it's hit younger. 17-year-olds are dying.
Really?
From colon cancer.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah. This became now a teenage thing, because why? The sodas and all the unhealthy crap that we're putting in our bodies. Now, I myself never drank soda. I had a sweet thing. I like my sweets here and there, but I was always the healthy girl, right? I always ate healthy. I worked out. Sometimes I worked out too much, but I worked out. I did everything right. So when they told me I had colon cancer, I was like, that can't be, you guys got to be wrong. I was just shocked, and then PTSD comes back, which I also have PTSD from other traumas. So yeah, I try to help everyone in that group, and they reach out to me. And it's sad because you have a parent, or you have a child of a parent that's passing due to colon cancer, and they, or there's some that just want the advice on how to start and what to do, and is immunotherapy is good, or is this good, or is even taking dog worm good, because that's a thing apparently, which I never did. They wanted me to. Yeah, they said, oh, it'll cure you. Eat dog, the medicine you give dogs for worm. Work. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I pass. So just, yeah, everyone has all these things and cures. And I'm like, if it was true, I'm sure everybody would be healed of cancer. You wouldn't have these hospitals filled with people fighting cancer. So, there's so many theories and so many conspiracy theories out there, how to save you, how to do this to get rid of it. No. The best suggestion is listen to your doctors, listen to your oncologists. Your body best, first of all. Each individual knows their own self and their own limits and what makes them feel right or good or bad. So, keep that in mind. And get second opinions. Don't go with the first with your doctor,
Right. Yeah.
It's the most important. But I went through it during COVID, so I really didn't have it was quite lonely in California in COVID because we were in lockdown. So when I was diagnosed, it was March 3rd. Forget that day because I dropped the phone. I was shocked because they told me over the phone because, of course, you don't see them in person. So it was over the phone. And then I'm like, oh, my God. And my friend was there, and I just looked at him, and I started crying, and I broke down in shock. And I'm like, okay. So then you just get over that part, and then you're like, okay, I got to be strong now. Okay, what's going to happen next? And then the focus becomes, okay, well, I want this out. Like, how do we do this? I called the doctor, and they booked me for surgery. So for March 3rd, I was diagnosed and given 5 years to live at that time. They told me, the doctor. And I'm like, what? 5 years? How could you put a time on it? And so they booked surgery. It was April 1st. I'm like, April Fool's Day. Interesting. I go on April 1st. Had this surgery. It was 9 hours. I know. And they cut out. He said, you might have a bag, a colostomy bag. I said, okay. Well, that's not going to be fun. But you're thinking, okay, well, you want to live. So you don't care at that point. So once I went in, the lymph nodes were clear, thankfully, but they cut out half rectum and half of my colon. So I was in diapers, and I'll never joke. And Depends, I used to make jokes about Depends here and there. When you get older, you're going to wear Depends. We all do. We're all like, oh yeah. We're going to be wearing those. Well, I was in them for seven weeks. Yeah, so it was
Girl, I'm all about the Depends, man. Like, up here, we depend on Depends. Like, I've seen a whole new world with those. I get the whole wearing those things too. Like, it's a mess. Like, but it does work, And they was bedazzling them at least.
Yeah. And now they have different colors. So they have on them, so it's not all trash. So,
yeah, and it makes it look like panties instead of like a big puff ball of whatever is inside of it. But yeah, no.
So and then I had my daughter's best friend take care of me. She was my caretaker, and it changes your life. That I had a lot of different episodes before that. I had lymphoma surgery, taking explant surgery. I had that. I dodged a bullet as well. That happened in January 2020. And then 21 was the cancer. And then 22 was the cervical cancer. So I had surgery for that in 2022. So 2023, we moved from California, came to Arizona, and all the good stuff begins now. So all the stuff, right? All the scary stuff. I just had the cervical, so that's good. I'm cleared. Now we just got to get past the scans, the dreadful contrast. I don't like the contrast and the stuff you have to drink, the radiation stuff. I call it the radiation. It's crap.
Yeah, that's nasty.
And they always miss my bone, and I still have I don't know, on my hands I've got these where this one's still here. It's some sort of lump where she went in wrong because she couldn't find the vein. That one hurt. I think that's worse than anything when they do the IVs. I'm like, would you do
right? Listen, my nurses and everybody knows the hand is off limits. It's the last resort. That is not going to happen. I got to have it here, maybe here, but definitely not here because I could feel every little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurts here when they do the arm. I cringe. I'm like, can you, the wrist, I know. Bony, there's not much meat there. I think that's why. It's so bony.
Yep.
And I'm like, seriously? You're going to try there? Oh, yeah, it looks good. And of course, it doesn't. It does. Oops.
Yeah, even
it's not working. We're going to have to try the other hand, but the other. But, okay. So anybody who has fear out there, you'll get through it. You're going to survive it. Trust me. You got to do it. Don't be afraid of these things because it's life-saving, and just.
And it helps. Right. And it helps to make light of things a little bit more too. Yeah. Like going through all this stuff, especially when you're by yourself, technically, it's, cause I'm going through my stuff and I don't wish none of this on anybody. Like every 5-6 months, I got a surgery coming up and it's not even since 2020. So yeah, no. Then I'm stuck on meds and all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, no. Just gotta make light.
And we look good. You look amazing. You're a warrior. So God, I think, is with us, and He's keeping us here. Whether it's to get the word out, whether it's the caregiving aspect, or just to appreciate each and every day. Because everyone asks, I'm like, I appreciate just one day at a time. They're like, so what are you going to do next year? I go, I don't know. Next year, stream.
Right.
I'm not that far in advance.
Right. Like I can't even get the next 30 seconds in. What the heck? I tried. I'm not even doing New Year's resolutions. No, nothing. Like God had changed that whole sector over there. Like, no, we're going through this. I was happy at my job at the extended care. I was doing just fine. And then he just threw me off. I was like, all right. Well, I guess we're doing this now. Now we're on welfare or trying to figure this out and then trying to figure out how I'm going to pay. And I'm like, well, you know what? You put me through this. You took me out of something where I was actually making good money. Not that money, but you did this. You take care of it. Like, no, exactly. I'm going to go do something else. Thank you. Like, that's how I feel about it.
That's the same thing with me. I went through the same thing. Yeah, I went on Medi-Cal. That saved me because there would have been no way I could have afforded. I don't care how much, but it's expensive. CT scans every 3 months.
Yeah, right.
Forget the surgeries, forget the medications, forget this, forget that. There would have been no way. I would have been dead, honestly, if the state didn't help. And I don't make light of that. I feel bad for people that can't get on or have and that's no acknowledgement of being on it, if they do need help.
Right.
Now, the ones who really don't, I get mad at because if they have money and they're taking advantage of it, it's wrong.
Exactly.
It's dead wrong because it's hurting other people that really need it. So, there's that. I'm just putting that out there because I've seen that happen too. But in in the hospitals, I want to say thank you to everybody because they're great. You know what? They thought I was probably crazy because I didn't want to leave the hospital. I actually made friends there. I did.
Oh, nice.
I loved my nurses. I had the best nurses. I had the chaplain would come in. Oh my God, I had him laughing. He came to me like all serious, like, oh my God, we're going to pray over you, you know, that whole thing. And you're going to, for what? I'm still here. You know, I looked at him, like, okay, this is, did I miss it? Because I'm still alive. Why are you praying over me right now? And he goes, oh, okay. He goes, well, I said, can I just interrupt you? I said this to him. I go, can I interrupt you? Can I tell you something funny? He goes, what? I go, no, let's make this light. Let me tell you my experience before you start praying over me, because I'm still here. And he goes, okay. Well, anyway, I told him the experience I had being in this room, which is really cool because the week I was diagnosed, I was with my friend who has a horse, a beautiful horse, right? I was at his horse. And we were down there visiting his horse, down in, where's this? Sam Valley, I think it was in California. And there was peacocks. Like I've never seen so many peacocks were roaming around, just popping around. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I'm taking video of the peacocks and watching his horse named Johnny running around. This is so cool. I go, Carlos, thank you for, you know, bringing me down here and stuff. And so I end up going into the oncology room gave me because I was in this in between from the surgery and stuff. They kept me in a hold because there wasn't a room for the oncology wing available yet. So I'm waiting to finally we go in. And the first thing when I open my eyes, I see the cross to the left, this wooden cross. And I look straight, and I kid you not, straight ahead in this picture was the horse, like Johnny, and a peacock in the picture.
Oh.
Yeah. I told the chaplain that, and he's like, oh my gosh, that's God. I said, well, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah. That was like the first thing. So I got my phone. When I was able to get my phone, I had one of the nurses bring it to me. And I said, or I think I actually had her take the picture of that so I could send it to my friend Carlos. And he goes, I'm going to join you in the hospital because I'm about to faint. That is unbelievable. It was in the picture. So there's those.
Wow.
It made my 4 days. I was in there 4 or 5 days in the oncology unit. It made it like so amazing that I knew I was okay. It was a sign. I'm like, I'm going to be okay. This is a sign. And I told him that. So he was my best friend. Chaplain. He goes, tell me some stories about you. I want to hear your life. I go, you sure? I got lots of stories. Oh boy. And he goes, yeah. So we're still friends.
Maybe he's the one that needed the encouragement. It's like, well,
right?
You know, we're sitting there, you know, and that's something God had told me a long time ago, like, because I had just met him in my, like, when I was like in my 19, 20, and my mental health and all that stuff. And I was like, dude, I just met you. What did I do to you to deserve this? Right? Like, so, because in churches and people would say it's the generational curse and all kinds of good stuff. And I was like, I didn't know about you, dude. Like, what the heck did I do? Right. So he pulled me into the laundry and he said, well, you're not going through for you. You're going through for somebody else. That changed my whole outlook. Right. And I was like, okay. And then he goes, your husband's going to, you're going to understand your husband. I was like, wait, back that up. Like, my husband's going to be crazy too. There can only be one in this whole situation. We can't be doing this. Right. So, and then he's like, and you're going to understand your kids. I had one at the time. I didn't understand that I was going to have more. So I was like, all right. So, and then like you, like just sitting there, and then he may have needed an encouragement, like God using you to do his work in the bed, and I've come to have those moments as well of you don't know how you're going to be used. Like,
yeah, we are as a tool every day, we're the vessel for him, absolutely. just in helping. I mean, and in my line of work, just helping others, it just is gratifying. So I know I'm doing good. I know I'm
Yeah.
helping, and it helps me. It helps me, in a lot of which they have no clue. So it kind of
Mhm.
is, it's good. Yeah. It's 100% good. Yeah. And we're going to be good. We're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Your next surgery, you're going to rock it.
Oh
It's
no.
going to be
Next week is spine.
okay. Yeah.
We're in spine world now. 2 neck surgeries. I had one in July, and then I went out 11 days later without a neck brace. Like, I'm just being real. That's my second round of neck surgery. I had another neck surgery before that. I had bariatric surgery, the gastric bypass, 2 hand surgeries. This is 4 years now, almost 5 now. And then hysterectomy. So I got this spine is going to be the 7th one. And then a shoulder one going to come up in May.
Yeah. Shoulders good. The spine is good as long as he's a good surgeon. You'll be fine. Surgeons have to be good about that with the spine, the back. Yeah, back surgeries, any of that. Yeah, but you'll be good. So I had the esophagus surgery. Oh, that's cute. My daughter's showing me her name tag on. We have cute stockings. So she makes her
Oh,
own. She makes her own. Look. Oh, that's cute, honey. Look, that's cute. They're like wooden blocks, and they hang on
oh,
like that. Yeah, she made it
that
on
is
her.
cute.
Yeah, she has one of those tag crickets. Crickets, it's called. Yeah, that's cool. Yay. Yeah, so I had the esophagus surgery. When did I have that? That was August 2022 as well. So I had a hernia 5 centimeters in my esophagus, which was causing a lot of backup. I couldn't eat. My esophagus is closing. It still is. I have to go back for that. So I'm doing another barium deal. It's just nonstop. But
Yee.
so
So
when
good
they
old
went,
breakfast.
yeah, they found out my stomach, my lung. Is that? I go, oh, well. They go, do you know how that would happen? I go, could be a lot of things. Let's see. I was a wrestler, and he's like, what? I go, yeah, that could have probably caused the stomach to get pushed up to my lung. I didn't even know that. I go,
Right.
what? He goes, oh yeah, it was. And he showed me the x-rays. I go, and he goes, you never had problem breathing? I go, no, not that I know of. I don't think so. So,
Oh,
I mean, yeah, no, I don't, I've had enough surgeries. And the doctor said, and I don't know if your doctor tells you that, but too many major surgeries, you can't. Like my body would shut down because the last one was not the cervical, but the this one here. When they went in, there was complications. So they said no more surgeries for you for a while, Patricia. You
what?
did do all these heavy duty, 9-hour, 10-hour surgeries. So the
Yeah.
body, yeah. So I can't have anymore, So let's hope nothing major happens. But if it does, I guess they have to. So I don't know what that means, but oh well, we'll take it as we go. I'm okay. I eat right. I do what the doctors say, or at least I try. I don't give up 110% everything, because here's the thing, and the most important is never let the joy go away from your life. Don't take the joy away, because we need that joy. The minute you take that
Yeah.
joy, it's no good. Absolutely not, because that's what you're living for. You're living to be happy, to have that joy, even if it's just like a little sip of your favorite coffee in the morning or your favorite candy bar. You can sacrifice things that you're supposed to, for your betterment of your health, but don't, yeah, don't ever take those little feel good things away, because that's your peace, that's your happiness. And that's what, especially going through things that you need. And that's what I've discovered. I was like, oh my God, he's telling me I can't have this. I can't, what am I going to do? But no, you can't look at it that way. Just one day at a time, and don't allow yourself to get stressed or uptight or scared. Everyone's scared. I mean, it's scared surgeries. I never had a surgery before my first surgery. I was like terrified this time. I'm like,
Yep.
oh my God, am I gonna die? I don't like surgery. Am I gonna go? The thing is, the anesthesia is what scared me. I was like, am I gonna wake up from the anesthesia? Yeah, because that's the thing. But my daughter said, "Oh, Mom, you're so funny. You're throwing peace signs up at every."
Nice.
Recorded me. They were recording me. I go, I don't remember that. They're all like,
shoot, I'm the opposite. Anesthesia is like, and I'm not saying that's as a drug addict or whatever, but I'm just saying, listen, the stressors in my life before that, that is the one time I get to have peace in my mind, my body, whatever it is. Put me to sleep. I don't want to hear nothing, see nothing, whatever. Just do it. That's my peaceful mode right there. Like, nobody can bother me. I don't hear. I don't remember nothing. That's where I'm at.
that's the plan.
Yeah. Yep. Like, leave me to go to sleep. Thank you. I look forward to my medication management because I get to go to sleep for about a good 5-10 minutes.
Exactly.
And I look forward to those at this point in my life now. Right.
Oh God, I'm like, these are terrible tasting. I go, do I really have to drink it? Can I just have water?
Oh my God.
No, you try and drink it.
Yeah. Yeah, the barium, the one that got me was after my bariatric, the gastric bypass, right? They it's a new world. Let's just put it that way. There's no way, like and you only have a stomach like this big, like an egg. A hard-boiled egg is like your new stomach technically. So you have to be careful on your proteins, what you put, anything that you put. If you eat a cracker, it'll fill up technically, or about 5 crackers, it'll fill up the whole thing. Now you got to wait another 30, 40, maybe an hour to go eat again. And then you miss out on your protein somewhere along the way or whatever. So either way, I was not allowed to eat. I'm still stuck on the waiting for barium. And so that was my breakfast. Like, so their little cracker and that stupid white, whatever, the barium. I was like, all right, so here we go. Then I had to wait about 4 hours to eat. I was like, that's crap. That's not fair. So yeah, no, that was the worst one. Barium.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But it is cool to watch it go down though.
Yeah. I have to do that one. Yeah, that's coming up. My insurance, United Healthcare, which I love United. I was sad to see the CEO that got killed, but I love my insurance. So, but there's an issue with this place they're sending me to for the barium test again. Yeah. So, but that's coming up for me. So I'll let you know. I'm going to text you.
Breakfast together? Yeah. I'll do it with you. Yep. Yeah. You know what? I'll have real breakfast and then you'll have your barium at the same time. And then it'll just kind of even itself out and just tell them like, look, it's a weird situation, but we're working it. That's what we're going to do. Oh man. It is a world with the food though. One hospital, only reason why I let the surgeon do what he needs to do in the second time is because he's an awesome surgeon, right? And but I swear I do not ever want to see a hamburger again. I don't because the food before the bariatric surgery, I had the neck surgery, right? So I'm already dysphagia too, so I could eat a little bit better, but I still have to follow instructions and all that stuff. So learning in the dietary section on how not to kill somebody for, like in that dietary section is very, very important, and people, I'm not saying nothing about your career, but like nurses and doctors and everybody, like they don't think that it's a big thing. It is the janitorial and the dietary section, two
Yeah.
important, because
Oh, yeah.
without them, we ain't gonna be nothing, right? So, but so the dietary section in the one hospital that never trained me, right? My boss was cool. Like, um, they never listened to what the nurses and the doctors had to put down, or the swallow people,
Yeah.
the speech therapist.
Yeah.
And all I needed was some yogurt, right? And like peaches or something. Girl, I got burger every single step of the way.
Wow.
Every meal. They never gave me a menu. Like I found this out like day 5. I was on day 6 and I was already it was a whole hot mess on why I was in there afterwards. But it was not my surgeon's fault. It was literally the doctors that were in there that was taking care of. I'm a high, definitely allergic to steroids, any steroid. So they were giving me steroids.
And they put me on
Yeah,
steroids. I'm allergic to Benadryl. That's
yeah.
interesting.
And Benadryl is a steroid. Like I can't have it. We found that out the hard way too. It's like latex steroids, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
So 6 days it is in the hospital each time. But yeah, a burger every single meal. And the nurse was like, "What the?" Like they tried to call down, and they were like, "Well, we don't have," and even the person. And this is where I'm going to just go in for free and just help them out, because I can't let people die on at my watch. I really can't. But the neighbor, it was lunchtime. They um, did not get any food. Now they were allowed to eat. I do know this, you know what I mean? But they were allowed
Yeah.
to eat. But when called downstairs, the downstairs was they were like, "Well, we don't have any food." Word. All right. That's say no more on that one. I was like, normally you would have a sandwich come up, or have it in the little fridge or something, a hard boiled egg or something. You know what I mean? Like that's what I thought would happen. I always have a sandwich somewhere along the way, but that person never got to eat that day. I say, you got to be kidding me. So, like, this was really, so it went up. I mean, my surgeons fought for me, and I told them, no, but it was literally a game. Well, what are we gonna eat today? And let me guess, a burger? Yep. Like, I guess so. But yeah, no. So now I get to pick my own meals, and I'm not. I'm so scared now that because of this new stomach, they they messed it up again. But I was able to pick my stuff or whatever. But if I didn't work in the dietary section in the first place, I would have not known to ask for certain things like the magic cup because the nurses didn't even know what that was. That's what I'm
Wow.
just being real. You know what I mean? So it's great for the people who can't eat, like the dementia people. Um, and it's got the protein and the calories in there. So it's a looks like an ice cream pudding. It tastes good. The
Yeah.
the red one is good. But mix it up in a milkshake or something.
Yeah. I was given Kate Farms, which I put a lot of my patients on. I had my ALS patient that I took to the end. Kate Farms. She was on Boost.
Hmm.
Boost is
Oh yeah,
Boost is garbage compared to Kate Farm is clear. It's it's a little chalky, but it's better for you. Yeah, it's vanilla, chocolate, and they have strawberry, but it's not bad. Yeah, it's okay. Now, do I drink it? No, I don't want to see another shake. And then giving it to, my patients, I took like Liz all the way. I had her on feeding tubes and everything, and it just brought back memories when I put the Kate Farms in. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is stuff. It's good. Yeah, and she couldn't taste it, so it didn't matter. You know what I mean? She couldn't
yeah,
swallow or anything. So she lost everything from here and her voice. So everything was through her stomach.
yes,
So she would just look at me and smile because that's all she could do. She was just an amazing
yeah.
woman. I took care of her to the end. I loved her. She was 71 and misdiagnosed 72. She was correctly diagnosed and she died at 73 with ALS.
Wow.
It was brutal. And I was there with her to the end. That was my first hospice take. Yeah. So now I seem to get called to do that a lot because they say I handle it well. Well, that was tough. I needed a break after that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be tough all the time. Like it really hits you
Yeah.
different, but understanding about life and death and the way it's supposed to happen. Well, yeah, the way it's supposed to happen and just acknowledging it, it makes it a lot easier. But
Yeah.
you still, like, I still have obituaries from one couple. He had me do her funeral, and then he passed right after. But like it was just yeah, and then just going into the families and then having to do it's
It's hard.
like not
They look at you and they expect you to save them, the parent or the child.
yeah.
You got to tell us, are they going to live? How long do you think they have? Do they have like a day or two? Or, they just, oh my God, I had 3 of the sons over me. It was just, and I said, listen, it's up to God and it's up to Liz.
Yep.
But it's not up to me. It's not up to the doctors. They don't know. They can't tell you, and it's so hard because they just want answers. But it doesn't work like that when it gets to that stage. It's like, nope, it's up to her. In fact, she hung on an extra week when we all said, oh no, she's going. She defeated that. She hung on that last week.
Yep.
Whoa, she didn't want to go. No. So, life is great. I mean, it is. And we're blessed and we're here. We're here to talk about our situations and help others with surgeries with the fear of having this or the fear of this or, and still fighting it and being okay, and to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because, the thing with the colon cancer, what I say is get your rear in gear. It's the safest.
Literally. Absolutely. Yeah.
And get checked, oh my God, my daughter's wearing a mask. She's wearing a facial mask. That was fun. She just crossed through. You look huge. So, I think, and just to help from my group, I love it, because there's the good stories. In fact, I think my friend Matt, there's another Sean Rachter on Instagram. He's a warrior. This one, and he's a wrestler, in and out with his cancers. And I just see him. He just posted today. He's just fighting and just amazing. And we did wrestling with cancer. We did a segment, 5 of us, pro wrestlers that have had cancer. One of my friends had brain cancer. What was her name? She's in WOW. She had cancer. But we went on the format and we all discussed it and to help others,
Wow.
because there's so many types. And Black Bart, have you heard of Black Bart? He was pretty famous. So he has colon cancer, same as I have, but he's not doing well. And so I'm trying to, find out what's going on there, but he's on a decline. So, it's just, you never know with life and what it brings, but just the main thing is you respect your parents and parents respect the children, respect your family, say, I always love you, because if you don't say, I love you, you might regret it because you never know what's going to happen. And that's one thing I've learned through all of this, the process of caring of people, saying, I love you. You can never say that word too much, but you got to, of course, within the family. I mean, just to say it frivolously, no. But to appreciate and honor what you're given, in life, and love your pets, love whatever it is, love reading, enjoy it, just enjoy it and don't take it for granted, I think don't take it for granted. Yeah. Because life isn't, before all this, I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. We're all in that mode until something hits us and breaks us down. And then you're like,
yep.
Okay, that's a wake up call. Yep. Didn't see that coming,
Yep.
So and you're never too tough. I mean, I was a tough wrestler. I took beatings, every day. I was in the hospital like 4 times in wrestling. Didn't think anything of it. Now with all this, oh yeah, it changes. It changes your attitude here. It changes here. It changes everywhere. Yeah. So, if anybody's listening, you can reach out. You can reach out on all my social media. So I have, Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn as well. I just went back on X. Yeah, I'm back on X. I went off for like a couple of years because I didn't quite get Twitter. Wasn't working for me. Like I love Facebook. My family's on Facebook. So I interact with my family there because they're all over the place. I have family in different states and stuff. So half siblings, and I have a real brother in Ohio, but that's another whole story. So that's going to be in the book and movie, which is a little bit in my comic book, actually. So it starts off in the comic book about my drowning when I was a kid, when I met God, because I passed away. I flatlined for 4 minutes. So that's where it kind of all started. So I was like, okay. Yeah, but you're 15. So at 15, you're very resilient as a kid, right? So I didn't think anything.
Yep.
But so they put that in this comic book. And I'm like, how weird. All these tragedies are in a comic. But it's the way they formatted it was brilliant. I mean, it's all there, including, some of my wrestling and stuff. The illustrator was from Marvel Comics. He's brilliant. He was brilliant. Rich Barada. The writer, brilliant. John Crowther. So, and the encyclopedia, I love it. And here I am with Rocky Johnson, the great,
That's pretty cool, though.
Dwayne Johnson's got his story in there as well. His mother, Ada, I autographed the book. So funny. She's so sweet. And she came up to me and she goes, no, I don't want you to give it to me. I'm going to pay you. So she walks away because, again, she's older. So she gets distracted. And I think she has some memory issues herself. And she never paid me. I autographed, I said the thing, and she goes off. But she asked about it. She was so funny. She goes, is it really accurate with Rocky in here? Do you think it is? Is there something I need to know about him? And I'm like, well, it was your husband. I don't know. I'm just, yeah, right. So it was interesting. But I go, yes, Ada, it's pretty good. It's good. He was the best. He was the legend.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I sell those. I have my T-shirts. I have my Playboy. I sell. I autograph everything personally. I personally autograph. I don't just, sign my name. So, and I have photos and stuff. So you guys can always, anybody who's watching can, just go to my social medias and catch me there. And yeah. And most importantly, have a great time. A Merry Christmas. And as I say, Jesus, right, is the season, or the reason and the season. Both, never forget Jesus. This is why we have Christmas. It's great to give, but to receive. The receiving is to be thankful and to be happy, and rejoice that, again, we're here and we're thankful for that, and to help others, because the main thing is the message, getting the message out and helping everyone. And with cancer, you can have a shoulder to lean on, because if you're by yourself, a lot of people don't have that, and they need that reassurance that it's going to be okay, and yeah. So,
and reaching out to good groups, not groups. That's something I learned, was the groups. Half of those people are crazy. Like, I mean, straight up, they'll get on you, whatever it is. I'm like, oh, I'm not writing in this, but you gotta, that.
Yeah, it's okay, and I'll see some really wow stories, but I just jump in there, and it helps, and then it's funny. I was talking to some, and and this can be for anybody, but when you're on Facebook and you're talking, one of them, I forgot he had pancreatic cancer. And he's like, oh, I'm good. I'm going to be okay. Survived. And next month, I reached out and his wife said, oh, no, he passed away. I'm like, what? Wait a minute.
Oh,
What? Yeah. So, there's that, and it's like you can only be in contact. But I noticed that the person fell off for like a couple of weeks out there. And that's why I reached out to her. I'm like, oh, that's sad, So,
mm-hmm.
moment, be present with it, as much as possible with everything, with your journey. And also write it down because it helps to write things down. Like, this is what your fears are, what what you care about. And it helps. It helps so much. Yeah. And I appreciate
Wow.
this. I really do. I appreciate it. This is great. And I have to hear more of your story. Off the cuff, we have to chat more about,
Oh, absolutely.
posted with everything, when you go in. I'll be right there with you. I'll be praying,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
big.
Oh, I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
really do appreciate that. Yeah, because that does mean a lot. Because it does get scary sometimes. This one is a little. I know God's there. I really do. But this one is definitely a different um, ordeal
Yeah.
because it is my spine, and I'm already. Uh, it's in the spinal world for me. It's like where I'm at is like the same thing as they say for like a stage 4 or 5 cancer or whatever. Like death is like right around the corner. I'm not saying I'm gonna die or whatever, but once you hit the paralyzation portion,
Oh, yeah.
and hitting that, it's like that equivalent of it's like, oh, so my spinal surgery is literally 50-50. Like, um,
That's the
it could
ratio.
come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could really come back. It could really, the paralyzation is, I go paralyzed whenever it just wants. I can, and I'm like, geez, Louise, come on. Like, so I'm like stopped in the middle of something or Walmart or whatever it has, and it hurts. So like, it's not even, so that I'm kind of scared or
Yeah.
concerned about, right now it's just going to stop the progression, I guess, or whatever. It's going to slow down the progression, I guess, but
Okay.
I'm already beyond because I was born with the bad situation. So it could have been taken care of back in the day, but no doctor looked at everything. I had to go through the grief stages, like the anger, the acceptance, all of that. Yeah. So I'm now at that. Um, yeah, I'm not afraid of the surgery itself. I'm more the afterlife of that.
Yeah.
Being on the ice and being on this, and then having to be super super careful and doing this and doing that. Oh my God, this is
Oh, thank
even
you on
yeah
that.
yeah
For you.
even
Yeah.
even if I wanted, like, I don't have a husband at this second, but if I wanted to have a husband and doing the marital stuff, that's a concern. I'm like, that what? Like, I'm it's just one of those, do I really do I want to put somebody else through this? Like, I can
Yeah. But
handle it myself, but it'd be nice to have that extra, but
yeah.
like, this is too much for somebody. This is too much for me. Like, so
Yeah.
let alone somebody else coming in and then they have their own life. I don't even want my kids to take care of me. That's how much I don't want that. They have a life. I'm like, I already lived. We're good.
Yeah.
Like, so I have everything
Yeah.
for them ready if I go.
Yeah. I understand that. Yeah. Because I'm the same. I'm by myself. I mean, I don't have a man behind me. But thank God my kids are here. I have my older daughter and my younger one. She's a nurse, my younger one. So she's at Banner.
Nice. Okay.
They- They're amazing. I mean, but still they have their own life, you
Yeah.
know. And so, and I don't like to ask or say, hey, you guys got to do this. I'm the one that wants to be there for them. That's just the way it is as a mother.
Absolutely.
You have to, yeah. So that's definitely me. And so But hey, we all need that. We all need the support. Nobody's stronger than God. And even God
Absolutely.
has his support. I know he has his support with all of us. If he didn't have us, right? What would God be without us? He'd have God and the devil, right? Fighting that. But if there wasn't believers, and unfortunately, we've seen enough on the horrible side because there's a lot of evil people out there. I see it in the news and stuff. I mean, it's, you know, being in the media, I see all this negative stuff. It's crazy. It's sad. And I hope that things change for the better and we have a better world. Everybody comes together, you know, more love, not hate, you know, not
Right.
these, you know, pick a side, choose a side. Why does it have to be that way? It never was when we were little, you know,
Exactly.
that way. We all bleed the same, and people have to remember that. We all bleed the same.
Mm-hmm.
You cut and they got gold. There's no gold coming out, you know. So that's what I say to people. It's like nobody's better than the other. And people just need to remember that and stop with all this craziness that we see in the world, you know. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. And we definitely want to come back on because we got more. And this is exactly why I'm doing, I mean, this is a segment right here because um I want to open up different sections and cancer and support groups on different things and having people come in like you and whoever else had the issues or whatever and just talk, you know, and do that kind of stuff. So this is exactly, I thank you for this. Like thank you for your time, honestly. Um
Wow.
it's
Ew, this is great.
definitely, and I know a lot of people, I know this would help a lot of people, honestly. I mean, this is just, we just touched the tip. It did not, if you just crack the door open, that's all we did. We just cracked the door open. So we're going to open the door later. But
I didn't even talk about Lolo the robot, which frightened me. They made me look on YouTube because obviously I wasn't operated on with the hands of just the doctor. It was a robot that had to,
oh,
I call them 8 bullet holes. And
you got those too, huh? I
those,
got 5 of them.
and then I got the down here, a bigger one where they had to go through to get the tumor. So he said the robot, it'll be smaller, laparoscopic, rather than no robot. Because if it was a robot, you're going to have scars that big all over your stomach. Like, you know, and I'm like, I don't want that. He's like, you have the robot. You're going to meet the robot. Have you ever had? I said, no, I've never had robotic surgery. So, and it frightened me because it's a robot, right? You're like, it's already nerve-wracking. Right. With the human, with the doctor, you're like, what happens if the doctor slips? Because they give you all those what ifs going in, as you know, what ifs this could, because they have to. That's just
right.
They have to give you the ugly first. So I'm like, I'm okay. Let's just do it. And so, yeah, I have 8 bullet wounds and a knife wound. And they're like, huh? I go, yeah. Great.
It's part of the warrior status. I mean, you did not live life unless you have a wound that turned into a scar. So yeah.
It's well earned.
Those
scars are well earned.
Yep. We just don't want open wounds. We want them to become scars.
Exactly.
And to be able to tell the testimony versus, you know, just having a test, you know, that's
yes.
Because you can't have a testimony without a test.
No, exactly. And those are up and coming. So we'll keep you posted on those. You keep me posted, and we'll post each other. We're gonna keep each other up, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Man, I enjoyed this.
Merry Christmas. I wear my special hat.
Yeah.
You see my tree, half of my pretty tree.
Yeah. Well, shoot, mine's at the store still.
Oh
yeah.
That's Maine Coon. The Maine Coon. He's not out here. Shayna, where's Bentley? Is he on my bed? Oh, you're doing something for me. Oh, I know. You're wrapping gifts, huh? They're being all secretive. They're wrapping a gift. Mr. Bentley. I'll have to show you my main. Hold on. Let me get Mr. Bentley. Wait a minute. I'll be right
Okay.
back. Mr. Bentley. Where he is. Come here, baby. Come here. We got yes, he is. Come here. Here he is. He was sleeping. Look. Oh, here he is.
Oh, he's adorable. Is he chunky too?
Yeah, big boy. He's so pretty.
Oh, look at him.
He's 12 years. 10, 12.
Oh,
10, 12 years old.
my goodness. He's still a young buck.
Yeah. He's such a sweetie.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
I know. So we probably want to go. What time is it? Oh, 7:17. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to end this, and we're going to want you back if you're willing.
Yes,
and to get into the stories, we didn't even go into your history, like of the glow and all that stuff. Oh, that's for another time. We got plenty of time. But
hey, heck, girl. We're
all right.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll meet in the old folks' home. All right. That's where we'll meet at. Have a cup of coffee there. Like, shoot.
Yes.
But yeah. So we thank everybody for watching. We thank you, and we wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm sure we'll do a New Year something. I don't know yet. Depending on how I personally feel, because my surgery is on the 23rd, so not planning anything really. So but yes, keep in your healing journey. Learn the lessons that are given. Even if you wear, like me, I personally wear special clothes or whatever, like to make people smile or something. I don't know. People in the hospitals, they just walk by. But wearing goofy clothes, if you got to do that, that's something that you could do that just to make others smile, and they'll come up to you and really compliment or whatever you're doing. So just make it light in your journey. It's gonna hurt, but there's a story to tell out of that. So we want to hear your story. We want to meet with you, and definitely look Miss Patricia up and get hooked up with her and the team that she's got. It sounds like she's got a great support system, and to make sure that you are on the up and up. All right. So we're praying for all of you guys, and we love you. So thank you. Bye.